Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on? Tommy React, baby. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's about that time, man. What's up with y'all boys? Before we talk about what we're going to talk about today, how are y'all feeling on this fine Thursday? Different day, guys. Very busy this week. Usually do on Tuesdays, but I think Thursday's going to be our good backup day, man. So how y'all boys feeling today?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. Obviously, we're doing a special today. It's going to be a different timing because, as you know, there's a special couple of days, the last couple of days. And, man, we got a lot to talk about because it's exciting. It's exciting. I'll just say it.
Yeah. It was a lot of magic that happened yesterday inside of the nice Mercedes-Benz Dome. There was a lot of good football going on because the main team they're playing there can't get it done. Let's get into it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Hope y'all are ready.
Yes, sir, we is, man. So we going to react, man. First and foremost, actually, that's going to be our thing. Let's start with that. First and foremost, what is the first and foremost, without diving too much into detail, which we're going to do in a second, but what stood out from this weekend, this past week, with everything in all the sports, basketball, and obviously football? What's your first and foremost?
All right, I'll go first, I guess. My first and foremost is low-key kind of rant. What's going on, my boys, man? I mean, losing to San Fran was bad enough.
Coaching.
Losing to Dallas, oh, God. I can't do losing to Dallas. I hate splitting with Dallas. We split Dallas every year. I don't like to give them one. I don't want to give them one at all. I don't want to split. I want to sweep them. Like, I can't. And the fashion of us losing, man, it's just hard. It's just horrible. Going from number 1 to number 2 feels gross. I still think we can get back to number 1, but it's going to be kind of an uphill battle with, San Fran having that tiebreaker over us. But, man, my boys. And I agree. It's coaching. We got 2 rookie head coaches. Well, not head coaches, but 2 rookie coordinators right now. Actually, Desai's not really a rookie, but he's new. And then we got a rookie offensive guy. So it's looking messy, man. It's looking messy right now. But we got the talent. We got Jalen Hurts. We got the leadership. I do think we're gonna bounce back, but rough 2 weeks for me, man. Rough 2 weeks.
Sad business, brother.
It's okay. Listen, the way us Eagles fans are sounding like we're not 10-3 right now. 10-3 is a great position. It just timing of it and who we lost to kind of makes it feel worse. 100%.
Yeah, man. I would say my first and foremost has to be CJ Brown. His performance at the Double Trouble, man. The head top, whatever you want to call it, was sensational. He had a gym erupting, especially struggling early on, breathing us some life into Kale, the whole school, the whole program right now. It's a big shout out to him for all his hard work, man. And yes, sir. The brother went viral, Jerome. You should have seen it, man. He came over the top, brother.
I'm mad I couldn't go that day. I forgot exactly what happened that day, but I wasn't able to go on that Friday. But yeah, I was looking forward to it. Maybe I can catch up with you guys on another one for sure.
Yeah, we did get our days mixed up. That's
It was a little confusing. I'm not gonna lie, it was confusing. We talked about it. It was like Sunday, and then like it happened to be Thursday or something like that. I forget exactly. Friday, Saturday, yeah. So definitely, man.
Yeah, I agree with Bacon, man. CJ Brown is that dude, man. He definitely went viral. Definitely, I think one of the top players in this day. I kept telling Bacon that after the game was over. So, I mean, he's just that dude, man. And then I got to get some love, man. My first and foremost, I got to get some love to Trey Maxwell, man. I did a video on him. Bacon was there with me. He interviewed Isaiah Evans. I'm surprised. We probably should have did some clips of that, just the film we got of them too. But they real special talents, man. Out of North Carolina, Jerome, North Mecklenburg, but both can do it. Obviously, Isaiah Evans, man, he like to talk his junk, but he backs it up on the court, man. So it was exciting to see them, man. I like going after Trey Maxwell. underrated kid. You know what I'm saying? Not rated anywhere. Only got an offer from Hampton, but the kid can shoot it, man. 5 threes in a quarter. You don't hear that every day. So somebody that could just fill it up, efficient.
I think Bacon was telling me about that actually.
Yeah, they together shoot about 800 to 1,000 shots a day.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's next level stuff right there, man.
It is.
That's the separator, man.
I'm telling you. But let's keep it rolling, man. Let's go ahead and react to these Georgia High School Association state championships. So I don't know if you guys seen all of them, but just what stood out to y'all and some of them. Do y'all want to go by classification, each one, and break it down, or do y'all want to go just the ones that stood out the most to you?
Yeah, let's go by class and go from bottom up, because I think we all got a lot of reactions to the top one.
Yeah,
7A.
I'll start with you, Bacon. We can start Class A Division 1.
Class A Division 1. Well, that's Prince Ave, or is that? Yes, Prince Ave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Prince Ave. They just came out and shout out to shout out to their quarterback. He broke the passing yard record. That's Trevor Lawrence's old record he broke. Yeah, it came out. They really just had their way, man. I didn't get to see the film. I saw it a little bit at the end of the game, but yeah, I figured they was gonna go down there and take care of Swainsboro pretty handily. What about you, Jerome?
Hold on, I'm still looking through it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. What's up, now? Go ahead and give us the game, brother.
Yeah, man. I think you're 100% right, man. What was crazy is, man, DeMello Jones, right? You go back and look at that game.
Oh yes,
Prince Ave is up, bro. Like they going at it. Like they up. They scored like 21 in the quarter, 21-6. You're like, this gonna be a butt whipping. DeMello Jones single-handedly got them back in the game. That's the Georgia commit doing his thing. Pick 6, 98-yarder. Come on, man. The state championship, and then goes and runs it in. Come on, bro. I mean, that kid's next level, man. He's gonna be. Georgia fans should be definitely very excited having him in the program now. But I gotta give props to him. But just second half, man, what Grave Vandegrift can do with that team, how they're always poised. They only had a 2-point lead, I think, going into the half. Come back out, man, and put all those points on the board. Kind of run away with it, man. Got to give a shout out to the coaching adjustments at that point, because they had a lot of momentum and going into the break, and they didn't allow that to break them and ended up winning their second consecutive state title. So shout out to them.
Facts, man. So what was it like just seeing though? Because usually one man doesn't take over the game like that, brother.
He's different, man. That kid is next level, man. He's a special athlete, man. You don't see them every day. You know, like she plays just all field. Kind of reminds you, man. It's crazy to say, but kind of reminds you like KJ Bolden, man. Like he got that kind of talent, that kind of next level. It's only a 4-star, but I mean it's the same thing, man. He just plays on the lower classification. But talk about somebody that you just get the ball to in space and he's a playmaker. That's what he is, bro.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Swedesboro, you know, it was a good game at first. It was 18-21 at the half. You know, I thought that, you know, Swedesboro was gonna like, you know, get some momentum, but you know, oh, hold on. All my stats just disappeared on me. But Prince Ave just came back like, you know, in the second half and just totally dominated, scoring 14 points in each quarter. 28 points total in the second half, man. They totally dominated and just kept themselves in that, I mean, running with the game. So shout out to the boys in the Wolverines right there, man.
Yeah, shout out to them, man, and keeping it going and keeping it rolling, man. Class A Division 2, I'll start this one. Just shout out to New Manchester, right? Dealing with the death of one of their players, still coming out and playing at a high level. Right, it was right in it towards the end, 28-27 victory for Bowden. And then Bowden, their head coach, got a lot of grief, y'all. Like, I don't know what else they wanted him to do. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the storyline over the offseason, but, like, they were calling him out because he had his kids back in the weight room on January 6th, right after they had won the title in December.
Hey,
so it's just like, yeah, that's what it takes. It's just like our society becomes so soft with stuff like that. Like, he's preaching something different. He's showing them kids something different. Like, just because you won, you don't sit on your laurels. It almost reminds you of Nick Saban. Like, we will win a championship the next day. We right back at it for next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it takes to be great. You're not going to just be 100%. Great. If you sit in that, you're going to get complacent, bro. You can't get complacent. 100%. You have to be trying to always improve and get better. So that part I didn't understand. But shout out to their head coach Finley for just being able to have that approach, man. And this paid off. And guess what, Jerome? And I'm going to let you speak on this one. 2 straight titles doing it his way, man, and got a really special group.
Yeah, man, he doing his thing over there, man. And shout out to them boys and Baldwin, say it right, Baldwin. Yo, it was a good game though. It was a 21-21 game at halftime. The Blue Devils got a touchdown in third quarter. All Manchester can do is get that 6 points, and I think they try to go for 2 at the end, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a good game, man. Tyler McGreen, that's McGrin.
Kyler McGrin. Yep.
Yeah, he didn't do much in the game. He only had 1 touchdown. It says 60 yards. That's crazy.
Nah. He did it on the ground, bro. He had like 35 carries for like 160 and 3 tutties. Yeah, they ran
I got 31 for 201 yards. So yeah, he was going crazy on the ground. So it wasn't a lot of passing in the game, and hey, they did what they needed to do. They got the win. So yeah, man. What you think, Bacon?
Just Javon Favors is a standout for me for New Manchester. Wide receiver came in, had his way for the first half. Coach came out and made some adjustments the second half, but he was really the life support of that offense for New Manchester early on. So big shout out to him putting his name on the map in a big game. Guess he battled against adversity like that, losing a close teammate, which is something special to see from him.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah, great point out by you, Bacon. 100%. Great effort, man. Got some special players, man. Hopefully they're able to get back there next year, man. But did the best they could do. It will be interesting because it's Class A. I think it's a single A. I think it's double A and 3A. I think we'll all play in a private now. So it'll be a little bit weird next year, especially with all the classifications now. We're going to talk about that in a second. But next year is going to look entirely different, and we'll be interested to see how all the teams come out. But let's talk about 2A. Jerome, I'm going to start with you on this one. I know we just started with you, but I want to start with you again. I know you talked about McGrin and his numbers. Did you know that Caden McGatha is pretty much the whole Pierce County offense, bro? You know he had 53 carries in the game. Did you know that?
No, that's crazy.
53. You do not see that no more, bro. 53
carries.
Yes.
Not passing. Carries.
No, carries, like toting the ball. At quarterback, not running back, at quarterback.
Yeah, that's insane. What's that formation? The wing T?
Yes, so yeah.
Yeah, I think there's not a lot of teams that still run that, and when the schools that do it, they're really good at it. I know that it's been kind of dying down a little bit. Schools don't really like doing that anymore. Obviously, it's not the sexiest formation, but if you run it and you got a good quarterback that can run it, it's really good. I just hope that he'll be willing to maybe play either like at a Army or a school that does that a lot, or be willing to play a little running back in college, because it doesn't look good for like quarterbacks to run that much in high school. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to win, and that dude got some speed on him. So.
You are right about that. What's your thoughts on that game, Bacon?
This is a 2A, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. It was a tough game for them boys.
Tough game. Triple overtime is crazy though.
That was a thriller, bro.
Triple overtime is crazy though.
Yes, that was one of the best games of all the state. That's number 1 to me, and then the Milton game, obviously number 2. But it's a thriller.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's unfortunate I couldn't go to the games, but man, looking at the score and then hearing like some of the reactions from the games, man, I was just like, dang, like how they go in triple overtime? Like it was all offense, no defense. Like let's just be real, defense was non-existent in that game.
Yeah, you're 100% right, and I want to give him credit. I also want to give who it was for them. I think his name is Washington. Who y'all
Not
beat
Najee.
this?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Not Najee eating in the middle of the podcast.
Sorry, bro. I haven't ate all day, man. So I'm trying to get it in when I can, man. Trying to
I'm
get my
sorry.
energy.
I was trying my best to hold it back, but I was just like, all right, I can't no more.
I haven't ate all day, man. So I'm trying to sneak one in when I can, man, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? You know how it be, bro. You
No,
know.
my man was like, so yeah,
A little intermission.
Yeah, a little intermission,
yo,
man. My
hey,
bad,
bro,
man.
you're a hustler. You're a hustler, though, bro. You came straight from
Yeah.
work, got right on the podcast, so I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But nah, in that game, believe it or not, y'all, actually, Pierce County had all the momentum. Rockmart got a field goal block, man, and that's helped send it to OT, man. So they was out there playing. They gave it back to Pierce. He scored it, but they finally clamped down. Pierce County did in the third overtime, forced the field goal, and then but that was going to be at that point. Give it to Caden McGath to let him do his thing. Also, Carson was also big for them. Number 5, man, all over the field. One possession. He had 2 sacks and 1 possession, 2 Bacon. So I want to give him some love as well. He was all over the field for them. But yeah, man, it was a great game. They did all they could. The quarterback, Kalian Thompson, also was good. A crazy story for y'all real quick before we go to 3A. Crazy story for y'all. The quarterback, right? He was not their starter. J.D. Davis was their starter at the beginning of the season. He took over week 3 and never pretty much relinquished it. So shout out to him, man, coming in, being ready, and they rode him the rest of the year. And at least they got to a state final, man. So that obviously worked. So I wanted to point that out as well.
He had a 118% QB rating in that game.
That's getting it done.
Yep.
That's getting it done. But let's talk about 3A. Baker, do you want to talk about the news first, or do you want to talk about the game?
We can crack open the news, man. Go ahead and break it, brother.
Yeah, man. So I'm sure you've seen this, Jerome. It's all over the Twitter sphere, all over Instagram. But EJ Colson, man, reclassified to the 2024 class. I think that's very special for that group. I know there's been some rumors about Colin Fox and him taking an official visit to Mississippi State, but he said he is fully committed to UCF. So that's the storyline to watch for as well. But I think that's good for them going in because then you're getting your quarterback, man. I mean, I'll say this real quick, man. EJ Colson's special, man. I really wish I could have seen him one more time because I didn't get to that game until like after halftime. And it took so long just to get downtown and get through the traffic and find the interest. I missed most of the game. They were already dominating. So I couldn't see EJ Colson play high school football enough in his career. It sucks, especially next year they're going to be in the bins. But, man, special dude, really great parents. Appreciate his pops, man, inviting me to his commitment day. Didn't have to do that, man. It was so cool, too, Bacon, being down there. And of all the people, like, as soon as he seen me, came, dapped me up in the middle of the game, man. So that really meant a lot to me as well. So definitely want to give his pops and him a shout-out. Kid's special, man, but that's the big news. What's your thoughts on it, Bacon?
Yeah, man. They went out there and got the thing done. Shot a bow. He did his thing. Like I said, really catching the defensive ends out balance for Savannah Christian. They came out there, went out there and did their thing, man. His third
state championship.
Third state championship. I think 6 overall for Coach John. 5 for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's just a realization of what type of blue chip program that's really under our nose. You know what I'm saying? Now over there on the east side, man. Shout out to them for doing their thing, man. Proving that data strong because I came into it. Knew it was going to be an interesting game, but for them to win 49-28, that just shows what type of caliber game that they played against them boys.
Yeah, I was right in Cedar Grove all year. I thought they was going to be a good team, and it definitely shows, especially in a game like this where you kind of blow out your opponent 49-28, and it wasn't even like a close game in any facet of the game. You know, in the first quarter, they scored 14. Second quarter, they scored 14. Third quarter, they scored 21. And then they kind of took the foot off the brakes a little bit at the end. So shout out to Cedar Grove, man. They've been dominating all year, looking really good. Shoulder dominance the entire year. So I think they was the better team.
Yeah, I got to give him a shout out, man. Player I want to put on y'all radar, man. He's really special. Anthony Book, I'm going to talk about him in a second. But, yeah, man, it's a special year for them, man. We talked about their schedule, but they powered through. Obviously, we weren't always sold on their defense, man, but they did enough, man. That's a especially talented group, and as Bacon mentioned, man, that is a blue blood group, man. But Devin Carter, finally got to see him, Bacon. Didn't see him for long, But man, he's special, man. I got to see him catch a long ball, man. I mean, he's gonna be next level next year, and it does suck because now it's gonna be like, okay, who's gonna like my biggest storyline for Cedar Grove is who's gonna be the quarterback next year? Because I'm coming in next year thinking, okay, they're gonna repeat. Like EJ Colson's coming back, all this young talent. Now EJ's not gonna be there. He's enrolling at UCF in May. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then I think he's gonna sign on December 20th. So it's just like, who's going to be their quarterback? And then this guy, Anthony Booker, I'm telling you, I know everybody's high on Bo and he's UGA commit. This kid is only a sophomore going into his junior year. Yeah, if y'all didn't see my Twitter, I shouted him out earlier this week. But the kid can play, y'all. I'm telling you, like, he's physical. One of his runs, downhill runs, dropped his shoulder, scored the touchdown in the state championship. 9 carries for 93 yards, man. I mean, that's getting it done, in my opinion, man. So he's going to be a player to watch along with Devin Carter and a Bo Walker next year. So all the quarterback got to do is got all the weapons. He just got to be able to make the throws, man, because that group is going to be talented yet again. So that's my biggest takeaway. Excuse me. A name to know is Anthony Booker going forward for Cedar Grove.
For sure. Did you catch anybody on the defensive side? I know that it's a group of not a lot of big names.
It's not. I think number 4, and then I think it was number 21. I gotta like kind of do a little bit more research, and it sucks I haven't seen enough of Cedar Grove, but I'm gonna definitely try to tap in this summer, going to more of their stuff if they have anything. But those are the ones that stood out to me in the time that I was there. I wasn't there the whole time, but 4 and 21 for sure.
Number 4 is Anthony Booker, and 21 is Joseph Slaughter.
I think both of them I thought stood out to me on defense side of the ball too. So we'll see. Booker is listed as an athlete, but he was toting the rock too. I think that's one of their best players going into next year, along with the Bo Walker and Devin Carter, obviously, to me. But let's move on.
Running back and linebacker.
There you go. Let's move on to 4A and Perry Stockbridge. I think we were all surprised. A lot of us took Stockbridge here. I was one of them too. But I'm gonna start with you, Bacon. Just what's your thoughts, man? Perry got it done. Dakari or Dakari Anderson. Culture Jen looked good. He just accepted his PWO offer from UGA. Just what's your thoughts on that win, man? That was a big one.
Yeah, so it was a good close game. I seen a lot of good things from Stockbridge. They had a lot of positive, especially the quarterback, him being a dog. He's going to school early, I believe, as well. I believe he's a computer science guy. Does a lot with the computers, and his coach calls him up every time he has a computer problem. He calls him up. That was cool. I did not know that. His name is Kobe Tompkins. But yeah, just a good game, man. Perry ended up pulling out their quarterback, what was his name now? Just committed to UGA.
Culture Jen.
That's right. Just committed to UGA. Had a big time performance. Had a lot of good balls. He put on the money. They just played better football at the end. Really, Stockbridge ran out of time. But great game. Hats off to those boys. Great game. Shout out to I can't remember his name. Coach at Stockbridge really turned their program around. And I think was it the story on Perry as well that he is the way he scheduled their season, or it might have been Stockbridge where he scheduled the season. It kind of played out and helping them prepare. But yeah, just overall good game in my opinion.
Yeah, Perry did a really good job on some of these Stockbridge receivers because I think I said it last week. Stockbridge got a lot of good receivers, and the only one that really broke out was Jaden Howard, their junior. He was the one that got the 3 touchdowns. But like they holding my boy J Mac for only 3 receptions for 35 yards, and Ryan Johnson, who's our other senior, for 3 receptions, 31 yards. So they did a really good job on defense. Perry did to keep Stockbridge from being that explosive offense that they usually are for the most part. So a 27 points in the game is not like nothing to sneeze at, but with the firepower that Stockbridge has, I just thought that they did a really good job stopping a lot of those the offensive weapons.
Yeah, I agree. Great take by Jerome.
Also, sorry, let me add this in too. What's his name? Kobe Thompson. He had a really critical fumble in that game too. That really hurted them.
Yeah, for sure. Great point by Jerome. I agree with that. I thought they did a good job with the game plan for Perry. right? Not letting Jaden Duke Scott get going. He did have a touchdown in the game, but I mean, it was tough sledding, man. And a lot of times they faced second and longs, and they try to make the quarterback beat him. He did heat up towards the end, but some of the throws he was missing on a little bit early on that allowed them to kind of build the lead. And Stockbridge had to kind of play from behind. That's not really their strength. They like to play ahead, lean on that ground game with Scott, and kind of pretty much take it out of you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Perry, man. First ever guys get this first ever state championship. So that's not easy to do.
Nice.
Excuse me.
I didn't know that.
And they did it. And I think their head coach, that was his first ever title too. So, and they did it. And I think that was their first time. Were they undefeated? I'm trying to think. I don't think Perry wasn't undefeated, was it?
I don't think so. No, they had 2 losses.
No, they had 2 losses. Correct.
2 losses. It's probably the other team I'm thinking about.
Yeah, they lost to Houston, and then they lost to Spalding.
Okay. But yeah, shout out to Perry, man. Big time win in the state championship, man. Great game. But let's keep it rolling, man. Let's go Coffee Creekside. Let's talk about that. I want to start with you, Jerome. What's your thoughts? We got some clips we're going to talk about in a little bit, but what do you think about the game?
Dude, Creekside disappointed me, man. I had Creekside going all the way. 31-14 was not what I was expecting. Did very little on offense. Didn't do enough to, hey man, I didn't know Coffee's defense was that good, man. I knew about them because I don't know too much about Coffee. Being in Douglas, the only team I really see in Douglas is really Douglas County, but yeah, man, I don't know a lot about Coffee, and I think I said that before, but their defense is nice, bro. It really impressed me.
Yeah, I think they produced up until that game, they had 2 shutouts in the postseason. So definitely locked up, I think, a total of 7 shutouts. So did a great thing. I'll say real quick and throw it to you, Bacon. Definitely want to give a shout out to Creekside in the second half, man. Travis Terrell got them going with that kick return. Got them in position, man. And shout out to Shane Kelly, man. I mean, you felt for him and cried at the end. I mean, you just felt for him. A senior receiver, put it all on the line, man. Definitely wasn't his fault. Had 2 receiving touchdowns, well over 150-plus yards, a 40-yard touchdown, and a 35-yard touchdown. He did all he could, man. He was getting open, man. He was torching the corners, man. But we'll show the clips in a little bit. But I just think if he had a little bit better play, out of the QB, I think Creekside would have had a better chance. And that's no knock on Vincent Berry, right? Obviously, he's good, but I just think if he was a little bit more efficient, better with his throws. One, they had Bacon. I mean, it was a corner post route. They're looking for number 11. If he hits him, that's a touchdown. He misses it. Then it's one in the red zone. Shane Kelly goes wide open, good dig route, torches the defender, and it's three feet over his head, man. So stuff like that, man. I know it's not a lot at that point, but when you're in the state championship, y'all know how this is, man. Playoffs, everything's magnetized, bro. Everything is on a bigger scale. The magnitude is way bigger, man. So any little thing like that just makes a difference, man. But shout out to Creekside for their fight, man. Up until that touchdown they gave up Jerome, they only had given up 3 points in the second half. So they did what they were supposed to do to keep them in the game and try to let them come back, man. So shout out to Creekside for the fight, man. Just came up a little bit short.
100%.
Yeah, man, I just think this is the game that's a prime example of just what's good film and what's just okay film. Like you said, and playing in the playoffs, it really shows, you know what I'm saying, where your weaknesses are. And it was on display. But for Coffee, Fred Brown, they ran him up the gut, being a smaller back at 5'10", 200 pounds. That's a load to stop. And Creekside's a good defensive team. We're getting the heavy doses of that. He's getting 6 yards of carry. That wears on you. And then with the offense not executing the way it should, you know what I'm saying, it can mess with your psyche in a big game like that. But just shout out to Coffee, man. They came to play, man.
That they did, man. Great point by you. The Coffee did come to play. Got to give a shout out to Maurice Hansley, their quarterback. Had a great, well-designed play on the QB keeper and give them their first points, man. It's an underrated player. I want to give y'all, put y'all up on in that game as well. That's going to be number 3. Yes, sir. Bray Cole. He's going to be a returning starter next year. One of the lone few for Coffee at the wide receiver spot. He had a critical, guys. I'm telling you, if Creekside gets the ball, they're probably going to get back and score. It was a 4th and 8. Right, they're bringing it. They roll out to the right. It's well covered. It's Travis Terrell. He runs a kind of like a what's the route? Kind of like a wheel route. Gets past him a little bit. And what messed up Terrell was his safety came down. Like the safety had got the interception, but he mistimed his jump or they couldn't get to the ball, and then he come in with it and caught the touchdown. So shout out to him for the concentration, but he kept making big play after big play, and I think Bray Cole is going to be one to watch for next year as a senior for Coffee Trojans. Shout out to them. This is the team I was trying to talk about earlier. First time going undefeated in their school history, first time winning the state title in their school history, and Mike Cole has now won 5 state championships in his career, 4 in Florida, and now 1 with the Coffee Trojans.
Definitely. So, we want to get into those that film right now?
Yeah, roll it.
All right, cool. So before we start, I just want to go. Let's do something a little different real quick, man. We're gonna do a little film breakdown. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put up this film real quick, and my boy Najee is gonna break us down at what he thinks. Right? Let's play the first clip, and then he's gonna break us down. Let's do it.
For breaking on this ball, you could see him reading his key right there on Abdullah, breaking on that ball. Good job not coming in too early. The senior, 6'2", 195. Coach Rogers talked about just one of those guys you need to make.
All right, what do you think, man?
Yeah, so you see on that play him kind of go like the receiver's breaking open. His hands is here, but the defender goes and swats right when the ball is. That's textbook defensive coaching. Obviously, you could tell he's a very sound defender because a lot of times you see they might get flagged, especially on the next level, in the college football level, and the NFL level, with pulling tag. But he does a good job of just getting his hands, knocking the ball loose there. Tight coverage. That's what you want to see, man. Tywan Christopher getting it done for Thomas County Central. Big time play right there.
All right, let's look at the next clip.
Corrals it in, going to try to run to the sticks, and he's not going to get there. It's that dude, Tywan Christopher.
The dude once again making a play.
Same thing right there. Just seeing him make a big play, him chasing down the quarterback from a safety spot, running him down on the play. I think that was Griffin Marshall, if I'm not mistaken. But his running him down with his speed, full speed, coming all the way down, big time play.
Appreciate that. Let's get into the breakdown of the game, though. So let me start with it, man. After Warren Academy beat Douglas County the way they did with that comeback win, I was like, man, this defense is looking good. I was like, the coaches are really good at adjusting, and they play Thomas Co. and they kind of got their butts handed to them. I mean, I kind of would have really probably wanted to see Douglas County done, like I say, in that game. Douglas County, they played themselves in that game, man. And I think they could have been the ones in that game playing this team right here. Nothing against Woodward Academy. They played a really good game against Douglas County. It was definitely their night, and they came back in that game. Like I said, it was 14-0 in that game. Me and Lamar was like, man, this might be bad. This might be go bad. But Douglas County couldn't finish it. Warren Academy came back, won that game. But I guess I was gonna say, like, that Warren Academy defense came back in that game, played really smart. A couple of the plays that some of the coaches was doing on the sidelines, I was impressed by. So I was like, all right, Warren Academy could probably win this game, and I was a little wrong on that one. But what you guys think?
I'll let you start, Bacon.
Yeah, I actually want to second that. I feel like it would have been a different game if Douglas County was in there. Woodward Academy, they rely heavily their offense on number 17. What's his name? Landon Walker. He's more of a running quarterback, similar to the the Bears situation. Go ahead, Drum.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but during that Douglas County game, they was using 2 quarterbacks in that game as well, too. So they didn't have a true, they had a number 1 quarterback there, but they didn't have a true number 1 quarterback because Landon, like you said, is more of a running quarterback. He can pass it. He had 2 touchdowns in that game against Douglas County, 2 very impressive passes. Yeah. But he did, and Inside the Hatches was able to interview him in the game. But you're right, he is more of the running quarterback.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's what it came down to. The passes that went there. Thomas County Central, they were just able to really have their way. The defense, I think Najee brought it up last week. The linebackers, they're kind of like hybrid safeties. They're able to cover and they really lock things down. A lot of their passes for what were like little shallow crosses. Of course, they had that big bomb, I think, at halftime to score that touchdown. But other than that, their offense was really non-existent until later the second half. But by then, the momentum was heavily on Thomas County Central side, and they ran away with it.
Sure.
Yeah, good point out by you, man. I think a lot of people had that same sentiment too, man, with just Douglas County maybe potentially being a better matchup against Thomas County Central and just their team with their athletes all over the field, safety, wide receiver, running the football. Maybe could have been a better matchup. But shout out to Woodward Academy, man. They just came up a little bit short. I mean, Thomas County Central just wanted it, man. You just knew how good of a team they were. I should have stuck with my pick on this one and picked them instead of Woodward. But just Trey Bitton, him having a big game, that offensive line pushing around, Taiwan Christopher all over the field on the ball, Cam Brooks. They just got so many athletes, man. And it's the same thing with these other teams that we mentioned. They're going to be bringing it back a lot of their talent. They might lose a couple positions here and there, but they're going to be bringing back a lot of their talent, man. So they're going to be fun to see. When 15-0, Coach Rogers doing a good job with that program. And peep this stat, y'all. All the South Georgia teams, they didn't win not one coin toss this whole postseason. All their games in the upper levels on the playoff level, quarterfinals, semifinals, all on the road.
Wow.
How you find that out?
I actually through Craig, man. We was researching it earlier today, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, so
our research game is on point.
Yeah, he let me know. We looked at it together, so pretty crazy stats. So shout out to the South Georgia teams, man, getting it done, man, and coming up here and wrecking havoc.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, all right. Are we gonna show the clips from Creekside, or are we gonna move to 7A?
We did. Let's do it.
Okay, so these are my clips. As you can see, right there, it comes up short, right? You're seeing the ball is not nowhere near the receiver. And we're gonna roll one more, Jerome. I mean, same thing. That's Dylan Vickerson, a 3-star receiver. So obviously, I don't come on here. I don't try to throw shade on any athlete, any player. But again, he had a rough game, you know. And those were throws you've seen throughout the game. I think if they hit on a little bit more of those, Creekside's a better chance to win. Obviously, a great head coaching group with Maurice Dixon, their defensive coordinator, is great. The McCreary's, his sons that play on the team, they play great. But I think if they got a little bit more out of the QB, you see it on those plays. That's just a microcosm of how the game was. You hit on a little bit more of those with Kelly and Vickerson, you probably win that game, especially in the second half of how well your defense played. So, what's your thoughts on that, though, Bacon, for retransition?
Yeah, similar thing, man. If the ball's put on the money, it's a totally different game. It's a lot closer game. Like you said, man, not never want to downplay anybody, but you got to call the game as it is, analyze the game as it is, and that's a separator, man. Honestly, no, not even on the defensive side. Coaching was there, players were there, opportunity was there, and those opportunities were left on the field.
Great point by you, Bacon. But all right, we're gonna go to 7A to conclude this reacting to all the state championships. The thriller, I said I had Walton winning the thriller. They darn near had the chance at the end, 50-something seconds left. A rough game for Jeremy, but I do have some news pertaining to that, and it's maybe why I didn't play well. I heard through sources, I'm not going to reveal my sources, that he had a concussion. Right after that big hit that he took from Harry Chimania, who we might play, I heard that he had a concussion. That kind of makes sense because he was off after that point. Did he throw a touchdown to Cam Lloyd? Yes, he did. But he didn't look the same, and that wasn't a real – it's kind of aberration of what you see from Jeremy, especially in the special season. Also, got selected is going to be playing in the All-American game in San Antonio, Texas on NBC, so that's a great honor as well. Good to see him get national praise. But that is what I heard. I don't know how – I can't confirm. Like, I haven't talked to his parents. That's what I heard from sources. So I'm going to say anonymously, that is what I heard.
Inside knowledge.
All I'm going to say is – Coach Reeves, we're sorry. We're sorry. Don't put us on a video, please. Don't put us on a video. I said this last week. They're gonna put us on a video. But no, man. That man team's good, man. And we all talked about it. And, me and Najee said it from the beginning of the season. We thought it was good. I personally didn't think it was going to be this good. I mean, me and Bacon was talking about it a little bit before the podcast, man. Kind of maybe could have seen it coming, beating Grayson, a really talented team, and then going into playing Walton, who Walton beat up on Grayson, and then Milton beat Walton. So I don't know. I would say, man, Luke Nichols, man, their receivers are really, really freaking good. Those DBs, that pick six at the end.
Yeah.
Bro, that pick six at the end was crazy. That was crazy. Pick six.
Corey Stewart.
So yeah, that was. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was the linebacker. But hey, man, they put it away. They smelled blood. They said they smelled that end zone and they got it in there. So shout out to Milton, man. Coach Reeves, appreciate you, man. I'm gonna definitely check you guys out. Y'all been doing some great stuff the last couple of years, and they got some great talent behind some of those players afterwards. So we're gonna see, man. They got some talent for the next couple of years for sure.
For sure. Stand out to me on the Walton side. Definitely Wendell Gregory.
I knew you were gonna say it. That's your man. That's your man.
I mean, yeah, we cool, but he had a great game, man. He had 2 sacks. I know he had a sack for sure. A lot of good moves. He was really back there. Had a numerous amount of hurries. He played his tail off, man. But it's just unfortunate how it ended. I was even telling Jerome before we got on camera, I didn't know about the concussion. Yeah. But on the pick six, it looked like it was like miscommunication between him and slot receiver. I think it was number 10. But
it's Hunter Till, number 9.
Hunter Till. It was Hunter Till?
Yeah, he was right there in the
vicinity. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was some miscommunication. I don't know if it was a noise, but yeah, it was unfortunate. Shout out to Christian Farrell, that pass break up in the end zone to force him to go for 3. That was tough. That's a big time play. I feel like he's got everything, all the tangibles, certain things. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he can clean up on just trusting himself and playing more towards him. I feel like he second guesses himself sometimes, but has intangibles to be as good as he wants to be. But yeah, man, just tough game. Electric ending by Milton, man. They went on a dominant fashion. Storybook ending for the seniors, man. It was good to see them boys do that thing in the bins.
Yeah, I think for me, man, you got to give a shout out to Coach Reeves, obviously, in the game plan they had, right? They got Jeremy off his spot, man. There's a couple times he's able to kind of get out there and kind of stand and be able to evaluate, but a lot of times, man, he was getting flushed. And they were finishing plays. It wasn't letting him extend. So shout out to there. I said that going in, though, that their defensive line is pretty good, man. And they put that on display. And, at certain points, they kind of outmanned their offensive line, man. So that was rough there. I thought Walton defensively did what they could despite the early turnovers. Like, you got to remember, it's 14-7 game. They come out first possession, bottom for fumbles. Walton's defense forces a field goal. 14-10, you still in the game. And then they go back down, and they got to shout out Tyler Redmond, man. That coverage they had, I told y'all that dang secondary is special for Milton. I told y'all. And you seen it there. They were plastering the receivers. Jeremy's trying to throw open. Wyatt Sonderman, that was not off. He had the big pick. And then also, man, the special one, we're going to show it in a second possibly, but the one by Jack Lawson, the linebacker, making SportsCenter top 10, number 5 overall, just dragging his foot, man. Making the big time play, man. That was really, really, really special. And for me, y'all, I gotta be honest, man. Luke's that guy, like I said, man. Luke can throw it. He was making every read, man. But a player that's going to kind of get swept under the rug, I gotta give special praise to, is Jordan Van Bride, man. He damn near changed the game, y'all. Yeah. He had to pick at the end against Luke to get them back in. They go 2 plays later, throws the bomb to Cam Lloyd. They back in the game, and then here comes Milton. Steady, giving the ball to TJ Lester, giving the ball to Mark Anderson, get all the way into the red zone. But Walton gets the stop. And then obviously, guys, you know what happened after that. They get the pick 6. That's game over. But I thought a telltale sign of the key stat, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but their best receiver, Cam Lloyd, had 1 catch for 6 yards up until his touchdown. Mm-hmm. You got to get your best players the ball, man. He is that special. I don't care about the height, any of that. That kid is that special. He needed more touches in that game. I don't care if you did reverses. I don't care if you did whatever you did. But the key thing, and this is overlooked too, y'all. I want to get your thoughts on this. Walton actually was running the ball more, and that makes me think there might have been something wrong. Running the ball predominantly more than they're usually accustomed to, especially in the first half. They had like 18 runs to like 9 passes. Now, they run the ball, obviously, with their 2, but usually they're passing it as well. I think that was a telltale sign in that game. And, Hunter Till usually has a big impact. Milton did a good job of taking him away as well, man. So you got to really give a credit to Milton in the game plan and what they had. And as we said, we was worried about their running game. Their running game basically put that game away on ice, running the ball, going all the way from like their 15-yard line, y'all, all the way down to basically the goal line of Walton.
Not for sure.
And shout out to my boy Mark Easley getting the 2 touchdowns from Milton. I just recently seen him at my job a few weeks ago, and I was telling him, bro, go get it for me. He was like, I got you. So shout out to Mark, man. He had the 2 touchdowns in that game, so he did his thing. He did his thing for sure.
Yes,
all right, we're gonna show that. We're gonna show that clip real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. 1 second. I gotta set it up a little bit. All right, start from the beginning.
It's tough.
Get that feet. Man, you look at that and you're like, man, did he actually get that? Yeah, it took me a couple of times to look at that, and I was like, man, that's crazy how he got that. So,
facts.
Shout out to Walton.
For sure. So that's it for the state championships, y'all. That is our thoughts on it, man. Now we gotta look ahead to the off season, man. What is y'all biggest? It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5. What's the biggest storylines y'all got going into the offseason after what we just witnessed?
Just strictly high school or like college and high school?
High school,
if it's just high school? Okay. I was going to bring up the Dylan situation, but we'll let it ride.
No, talk about that too. That's high school.
It's like hybrid right now, but Dylan for the
Ain't no hybrid. Stop it.
He's a stinger though.
Nah, man, because he just got from you. No, you could bring that up, man. Bring that up.
Yeah. So Dylan, it's more than whispers at this point. It's like talk now that he could be possibly going to Nebraska. I guess for more money, but I think I talked about it on my Twitter a little minute ago. Georgia doesn't really play their high-profile quarterbacks off the rip, so I don't really see the value of being a high-profile quarterback going to Georgia, just based off this recent track record. But that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, man. It sounds like it's a go at this point.
It's a done deal. I'll tell you that.
Done deal? Yeah.
From what I've heard. I've talked to multiple people.
It's over with.
Damn, that's crazy.
But they did just get that Perry commit yesterday, so.
Yeah, PWO, but he's not going to start.
Oh, it's PWO.
Man, it's PWO. He's not going to start.
Yeah, it's not going to start.
Crazy.
Sounds like another situation.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my I got two off-season headlines. One being the rumor of Juju going to Cali. Me and Bacon's talking about that a little bit in the offseason too. It makes sense, bro. Like, that would be a big loss to Carrollton, man. Losing Juju. I can see it though. Obviously, he's right now, at least, he's committed to USC. I feel like if he stays at USC, I think he'll transfer over there. Doing a Dylan Raiola situation where he's closer to his college. The other thing too, though,
Supposed to be.
The other thing too is I was hearing that Juju might not stay at USC. There are a lot of people speculating he might flip. So that's going to be interesting if you go to if you go to USC. Now you got if you go to USC. You go to Cali and wind up not going to USC. I mean, hey, like I said, Dylan, like he transferred over to Georgia and then wind up not going to Georgia. So and that's still out there. We don't know if that's actually going to happen on both accounts, but it's just an interesting situation. The other thing I think will be the biggest headline is, Douglas County got real close this year. They got a lot of young talent over there, and I think they're still going to be a good team. But who's going to be their quarterback? And I'm hearing
That's a good question.
rumblings over there. So I can't say who or what I heard, but there might be a big quarterback transfer going to Douglas County. I'm just saying. So I'm hearing a lot of people want to play with Aaron Gregory. So,
of course.
Yeah, your boy, I'm not going to mention it on here, but your boy Bacon might have a scoop too of another player that might want to go to Douglas. But I'm going to keep that on hush until that actually happens. I'm going to let Bacon break that. But your boy got a little inside info. We'll see if it pans out, but I'm not going to say no names. But keep alert on, all I'm going to say is keep alert on Bacon's Twitter. He might be breaking a story here. Soon in the spring, you know what I'm saying? He might have a little inside info. I'm going to leave that there, Bacon. You know what I'm talking about. But my biggest storylines, it has to be Milton. I think they're the presumptive number one team coming back next year for 5A. Like I said, they're bringing back all their talent. Luke Nickel, Ryan Gia, CJ Wiley, TJ Lester, Mari Anderson. Defensively, as you mentioned at the top of the show, Jerome, that 2027 class is very, very special. They're going to be sophomores. Who's going to get more playing time now? We saw Christian Pancake Hunter getting a lot of playing time as a freshman. Who's going to be next up? A lot of good talent for that Milton program. They are going to be a presumptive, I think, number one team. It's going to be hard to see anybody in 5A really challenging them, in my opinion, especially what Coach Reeves has done. And got to give him some love, man. First year, they go to the semifinals, get screwed over with the coin flip, and have to go play at McEachern High School against Mill Creek. And then the next year, win a state title against a heavily favored Walton team. Got to give credit where credit is due, man. That is phenomenal. That's my one. My two, Cedar Grove. I was really looking forward to just seeing E.J. Colson play in the Mercedes-Benz next year. In the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, just finally getting to see them up close and personal. I've seen them a few years back, Cedar Grove, but didn't really know they coaching as well. That's when I was an intern, but I went to one of their playoff games when I was with AJC and Georgia High School Football Daily. But just want to see them up close again. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. But they're going to have some good talent. But who is going to be their quarterback going forward for that program? How good will they be? And my next storyline is, as good of a coach as he is Coach Applin on the hot seat? Got to think about it, right? Has won 3 consecutive state championships before these last 2 outs in the second round and the out in the quarterfinals. I don't think he should. I think he should still be there. I just think, as I told everybody, 7A is just a different brand of football. I don't care what anybody says. That's top tier. That's creme de la creme. But he's won on every other level since then. 6A is going to be really interesting going forward. Douglas County is going to be in there. They're going to be in there. Who's going to come to the forefront and be willing to battle and compete with Buford going forward? How will the QB situation look? And the last thing I got to say, if you're Buford, go look at the last 2 years. The reason you lost, and y'all can say I'm right or wrong, I want to hear your thoughts on this. The last 2 years, guys, they have been heavily dependent on one player offensively. The year before was Justice Haynes. This year was KJ Bolden. You got to be able to spread the wealth amongst multiple people. It takes more than just one person to win a state championship. Now, is that an accurate statement, or is that false? What do y'all think?
I think it's accurate. Justin Hayes was a beast. I mean, he played a little bit with Alabama, right? I'm not saying I'm not.
He's got a little bit of time.
Yeah, he's getting some playing time at Alabama. He's going to be a big time guy at Alabama. I really, really think he is. So I think that's correct. Now they got KJ Bolden this year, and and the thing was they play him both sides too. So like you got your number one player, and we talked about this with Sammy Brown and Jefferson. You got your number one guy playing out there that much, and you're relying on him on both sides. Not like he just like spelling somebody or like split. No, he's their guy. He's their bell cut on both sides. So when you do that, you wear a guy out. So. And guys, I mean, coaches are smart. They can game plan for that too, Hey, let's wear this guy out. Let's run right to him on defense. Let's do this and that so he can get tired on offense and defense. It's not hard to do that. So when you have one guy and you have to rely on him, that's what happens sometimes.
No, that's true. I would say they got that running back. What's his name? He's got that committed to Tennessee. He's Justin Baker, 4-star running back.
Yeah, they ain't use him though.
They ain't use him. That's true.
I like that.
So, Coaching, I guess that's what it sounds like to me. Got to use your athletes, like you said about camp. Get him in space, give him a rock. He in high school, a running back like that should be touching the ball at least 17 to 20 times. Especially when you got a top tier quarterback who can, you know what I'm saying, who's very deceptive in how, you know what I'm saying, orchestrates the offense. But yes, I mean, gotta use your athletes. So I wouldn't know if I would say one player dominant, one player that you want to showcase, maybe. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Definitely.
Yep,
I do want to say something. I do want to say something going back to the Milton point that Najee brought up. That defensive line is not going anywhere. Like you already talked about Pancake, but keep an eye out for a freshman that didn't get a lot of playing time, but this kid is athletic. DJ Rump. He didn't get a lot of playing time, but this kid is 6'1", 200 pounds already. He's bigger than me.
As a freshman.
And I'm a grown man. He's bigger than me. So, and he can play. He can play, and he got the drive, man. So,
Troy Polamalu.
He's a baby Troy Polamalu. Yes, sir. They're gonna use that. They're gonna use him a lot more in the upcoming years, and he's the number one on that defensive line. You gotta look out for sure. I see him all off season, and all you heard in an announcement is DJ Rump. He's getting all tackles. So that kid, he got buried because of all the talent there, but he's a kid. He's a guy. So
facts.
I on that. He just transferred this year. That was his first year there as well. So that's why. But yeah.
I also would say for Carrollton, if they do lose Julian, it may take a down year, but they got a hefty stable or the 2-man stable right now. Just quarterbacks. I believe he's a 8th grader, 9th grader. Seen some flashes of him. Seen a couple of his mixes out there. You know, mixes are hot. Mixes are the thing these days for the young Bulls. He had a good tape. And, of course, you know, they got a Joey King son down there, plays quarterback for the Carrollton Trojans as well. If he stays long enough for him to get up to the high school ranks to really start having the show, Carrollton's definitely built for the long haul, man, when it comes to the QB stable. But I think the biggest thing we just talked about is just quarterbacks being the hot topic for team. EJ is gone. Dylan's going to be gone. So it'll be interesting to field that forward. Collins Hill's going to have a quarterback battle. Douglas County's without Sire Hardaway. Creekside, you know, it's a lot of quarterbacks are so much of an important position. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. So I think quarterback's the hot topic.
It's a good point, Bacon. Yeah, it's a lot of guys that are leaving now going forward. Same thing. Walton's not going to have Jeremy Helinski no more. That's another one. Mm-hmm. You know, you look at 7-8. Grace is not going to have J.D. Davis anymore. Yeah. He had a phenomenal season. So yeah, a lot of people losing quarterbacks. Who's going to be able to step up to the fray?
It's going to get messy.
Yeah,
and let's not also forget about. I know Parkview has a lot of talent, but a lot of their fire stars are leaving. A lot of their guys are leaving. So we're going to see how that kind of transpires as well. So it's going to be a fun offseason seeing how all this goes together. Don't get me wrong. Parkview got some guys. My boy Zealous Hicks, he's going to be a name for them, and he's probably going to be one of their best players coming up in the next couple of years. But what I'm saying is the guys that they have, the staples of that team, the guys that you go to Parkview and you know those guys. You got Matthews, you got Jalen, you got a few of those guys that's graduating this year. So we're gonna see how that goes. On Spain, although he got injured this year, he's moving on. He just did his commitment. So
Bryce,
they're losing. Bryce. So hey man, I think Parkview still got a lot of talent there, but. I kind of feel like this is supposed to have been their year, to be honest, because a lot of the talent is about to get out the building. So,
good point by you, Jerome. And speaking of, to conclude our football coverage for the night, let's talk a little bit about what's the plan for the off season for all of us. Plans for camp season that's starting right after. If you didn't know, Bacon, right after the All-American Bowl in January, 707 starts right up. And obviously, AAU follows that right after the basketball state championships for basketball. And then, so what are y'all plans for camp season, man? I really think if you're a reporter, if you're media, if you're trying to get your foot in the game, man, I think really this is the best time. Obviously, you got the games, and that's a lot of fun, but it's way more difficult to establish relationships then because it's less time. People are in
Correct.
school. It's in the fall.
Mhm.
You know, it's less. You know, it's harder. And then guys can think about it too, man. Spring, it's a little bit more lenient. You already took all your big tests. You know, it's not as hard to really communicate and get guys. You know what I'm saying? You got all these camps you're going to. You got all these 7-on-7. So it's just easier to build that rapport with these players. Young 26s who will be juniors next year, believe it or not. 27s who will be sophomores. 28s who coming in as freshmen. A great time to really build rapport with players. So what's y'all plans?
Go ahead, Jerome. I know you be out in the scene. You be on the scene at the big
I'll be
camp.
out here. I'm super excited that OT7, that's a big event that we went to last year. That's the overtime 7-on-7 big, huge tournament they have all summer. I'm going to be attending that a lot more this year. I think we only attended one. That was in Orlando. They're going to have their they're going to have their finals in Florida again this year. So I'm super excited about that. It's a few hours from us for drive down there. An easy flight. We were supposed to go to Cali last year, but we wasn't able to. But I'm excited that it's going to be in Florida. A lot of their actual games are going to be in Florida. So you're going to see this at the OT7 a lot. Trying to get something a little bit closer. Cam Newton is actually having a camp on the 30th of December, actually. And it's going to be a full padded camp. So that's going to be a 7-on-7 padded 7-on-7 that he's running over there. Obviously, his summer camps that we always go to, we're going to be going to do that. Outside of the high school rounds, going to the Senior Bowl this upcoming couple of months and it's soon for the college ranks and for the NFL draft and stuff like that. So we'll be doing stuff like that as well. So busy off season for us, man. Off season, you know, everybody thinks football is going to be over in off season, man. We're always busy. It's always something. So inside the hatches.
Nah, for
So
sure.
what you guys?
Definitely gonna hit some big events. This will be my first year hitting 7-on-7s. Of course, basketball is a hotbed for me right now to get real hands-on with basketball. So kill basketball. Definitely gonna hit the Senior Bowl. That's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir.
And then pick up 7-on-7 really heavily, and you juggling both in the summer months. So basketball, try to hit some 7-on-7, maybe some camps here, you know what I'm saying? And then in the summer, go crazy. Hit the EYBL. They come to Atlanta, they come to Lake Point. That's going to be a huge event. Hit that on the road to the Battle of the Peach. And then I'm going to be learning on the fly about the 7-on-7s, man. Like I said, this is my first year, but I'm definitely ready to get my hands in the gloves, so to speak. So it'll be fun, man. So look out for that.
Hey, let me know if you need some help, man.
Hey, I'm letting you know now. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. What about you, Naj?
Yeah, man, I'm tapping in, man. And when I say I'm about to be going crazy, but I'm finna be going crazy, y'all gonna be like, yo, Naj posting so much. Where are you getting all this content from? I am tapping in. Y'all hearing it right here from me first. I'm gonna be finding events. I'm gonna be using my connections. I got Coach Brown. He hit me up today. They having a trial January 6th. I don't think I'm gonna tap into that one, but I told them whenever they got games, let me know. I'm there. January 6th, I'm gonna try to go to this Grayson New Year's Eve class. They're supposed to be coming out with the matchups tonight. We'll talk about that at Hoops. I'm gonna see if that's up on Twitter in the second when we transition to Bacon hosting. But I'm gonna be tapping into that. More basketball events, obviously with Bacon. I'm gonna try to tap into too. Some tip-off invitationals, EYBL, Battle of the Peaches. I'm gonna be doing that too. And then I'm definitely gonna be trying to hit some football, man, for sure. Obviously got a Corky Kell, Dave Hunter. Classic in football. Far as just the tournaments at Georgia Tech, y'all both invited. Y'all both should come. Y'all know that's a great content hotbed right there. I'll send y'all all that information when I send in the summer. But yeah, man, I'm gonna really try to tap in, man. If it's some stuff like I'm gonna just use my resources, man. If Luke is at some of these events and he's tapping into it, if I'm able to go, I'm gonna try to go, man. Even if it's a national one or Jeremy, like I'm gonna just try to use some of them. Just far as just resources and like what they're seeing, which ones they're attending, which ones they're hearing about, and just try to get my name more out there, man. Because from what I learned, and me and Bacon tapped into a couple last year, but the big one me and him did was the one in Alabama. But that really just helped put us, a little more out there. We got to meet some guys from Missouri, got to meet some guys from Alabama. Like it was just a great tournament. So my goal, to be honest with y'all, I'm trying to tap into some more national tournaments because our talent here in Georgia is great, but y'all got to think about it, man. That talent in Missouri, that talent in Iowa, that talent in Mississippi, it ain't getting the love that we give love to guys here. So it'd be great to just kind of tap in, get that convo, and build that relationship. And as I showed Bacon and told Bacon, the guys we met, real quick, Jerome, the guys we met, we have still been in touch with. Malcolm Simmons, we had him on an interview during when it was playoff time. We talked to Amon Lane a couple times. I just had Josiah Dozier, who we met at Georgia Tech 7-on-7. I had him on my show. So my whole goal is get the relationship, build it, and continue to kind of water it and grow it. So that's my plan this summer.
And I want to say this too. Don't sleep on tournaments in Georgia just because a lot of people travel down here. So those Missouri kids, me and LaMarcus, we met a couple of guys from Mississippi, and they got some talent over there in Mississippi. So don't be surprised. Like don't just disregard Georgia. I get it. We be in Georgia all the time, but those talent does come here because, like you said, there is a small market for them, so they have to come to the bigger markets to get their stuff. So keep that in mind. Still, I know what you just did. Man. You're not sneaky. You're not sneaky.
What are you talking about? I just got me a little swig of a drink, man. Just got me a swig of a drink, man. Yes, but to your point though, Jerome, man, you right though. Definitely gotta not abandon Georgia. Not by no means am I going to do that. I just want to tap into the talent that's everywhere else that don't get love. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. I can't wait to see that up close and personal, man. It's gonna be a big summer for me, man, and try to grow that personal brand, man. That is what I'm after this summer.
100%. No, 100%.
For sure, man. Betting on yourself.
You got to, bro. If you don't bet on yourself, who will?
Exactly. You'll never know, man. That's regret.
That's it. And the following's growing. I hope to be as good as Jerome one day, but he has got to congratulate him. He's growing to 7,000 plus followers on Twitter.
We're at 8 right now.
We're at 8. Excuse me. 8. Yes. Last time I talked to him, it was 7. Right. So he's growing. I expect it to be a big summer for him with more growth and more followers. Same for you, Bacon. I've seen you at about 1,200 now. I expect it to be at least 2,500, 3,000 by the time the summer's over next year. We enter football season. So you got to just set those goals. For me, I'm trying to get up to 5, man. If I get up to 5, that'd be great. Man, I just started, y'all. Crazy. I was talking to myself the other day, and I'm going to throw to you, Bacon, so we could talk about hoops. But I started in 2022. I'm just entering in. I'm only a year and 4 months in. I'm already at almost 1,500 followers on Twitter. So that's going to show you where that growth can take you, man.
100%. Yeah, we started in 2018. It was crazy because our growth didn't really hit until we got into Georgia. Got into Georgia 2 years ago. We was at around 2,300, and now we're at 8,000. So shout out to Georgia, bro. You're showing us some love, man.
It's a media hub, man. It's a media hub, bro.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, and it's all about getting your face out there, getting your name out there, interviewing different type of people, different type of camps, getting to know some of these coaches and, all that. So all that plays a role into it. So, media people out there, free game.
Talk to people. Communication rules the nation.
Yes, sir.
Can't say it anymore.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, we'll flip the switch. We'll go to round ball. Basketball this past weekend was electric at Wheeler High School, man. We talked a little bit earlier about CJ Brown, the double trouble, Battle of the Peach. My biggest takeaway has to be the North Mecklenburg versus Holy Innocents. The Isaiah back and forth with Caleb Wilson was must-see TV. I think Isaiah won the matchup, obviously, but Caleb Wilson did not shy away from putting his attributes and skills on display. I don't know if you've seen it now. I should have sent it to you, Jerome, but I forgot, or I overlooked the video. But it was a point where he was going up the middle of the court, fast break, dribble through the press, and did like a in-between, and I don't think the ball hit the ground or something. He hit it back. I was like, man, I did not see that during the game, but great matchup. Moving on to Prolific Prep. They obviously did their thing. Only knock on the event would just be the better games. We saw a lot of star power, but we didn't really get to see the competition. I know a lot goes in those events or whatnot, but just seeing more competitive basketball with teams, but great event. Who else we had? I only saw the Carrollton. Who did they play? Cannot remember.
They play Woodland Stockbridge.
Woodland Stockbridge, that's right. They got a guard. Oh my goodness. They got a guard number 2. He's a freshman. He had like 17 shooting from the logo, man. They're a really talented team out of not Stockbridge, Decatur. Not Decatur. Might have been Stockbridge. They're out of
Woodland Stockbridge, yeah.
Yeah, Stockbridge area. Special Carrollton. They got a guard number 5. He gets to hold this down here really nicely. They're in that region with who? Westlake, East Coweta. I should know this region. Campbell, Pebblebrook. Carrollton will likely win that region. I can see it already. This is a couple down years in a row for Pebblebrook. But real special, man. What about you? I pass it to you now because I was only there for like 3 or 4 games.
I know, man. You should have stayed the whole time, man. But yeah, man, you missed some action, dog. Like right after when you had left, it might have been like halftime. We was watching the game. I know we had watched West Forsyth Wesleyan first, and then cool. It was another game after. I can't remember the one right after that one, but man, the Wheeler Kell was off the chain, bro. They was going that press, man. That Jermaine Sellers runs with that group, man, is off the chain. They got a young guy, number 1, who was giving big time buckets for them. And I gotta give some love, man, to I think his name is Cannon Richards. It's their big man. Underrated, right? They lost Peyton Marshall to OTE, but then he comes in and gives his presence and his impact, man. And he was going back and forth with Josh Hill. He was getting blocks against him. Hill was getting blocks against him. That game was electric. And I got to give some love to Osborne, man. I mean, you lose Ty Fleming, as I told you and reported to you, to a torn meniscus, and they still battled and competed with, I think, a potential contender in Berkmar in 7-8. That game came down all the way towards the end. So shout out to Osborne and the coaching staff for just coming up big in that one and playing some really good ball, man. And I gotta get some love to also, obviously Shiloh. That 1-2-man punch with Tyler Jordan, and obviously Julian Cole, man, it's special, man. Julian Cole makes them go when they don't got it going in the backcourt. He can just go get a bucket, man. That's how he is, and he takes the challenge defensively. You don't see that all the time, but takes the challenge defensively. Love seeing that. They got some hounders. They got some irritants on that Shiloh group and team. So, I mean, all around great. Obviously, Tyler Jordan is, as advertised, really good player. Can do pretty much everything. He's going to try to get a poster on you. That's just how he is, man. Excuse me, but I thought, to me, Bacon, being at the game, I like Kars Bilal, man. Like, he's really good. The Vandy commit, tough shot maker. Number 3 was trying to irritate him the whole time. It didn't matter. He was still hitting tough shots, getting fouled. And I love his composure, man. Sometimes you see a guy that's an irritant, and you'll just say something back or get into a tech with him or something like that, or throw a punch. He didn't do none of that. He stayed level-headed. He's going to be playing Vandy ball with head coach Jerry Stackhouse. You don't know Jerry Stackhouse. He played for the Dallas Mavericks, so they're getting a really good player. Only thing I didn't like, Bacon, is that as good as J.R. Leonard is, he got to go get the ball, though. Like, obviously, Kars Bilal is their orchestrator of the offense, their point guard, but there's moments like where they just took away Leonard completely out of the game. He got to go get the ball. Hey, I'm gonna bring it up this play, or hey, I'm gonna come to the ball and come get it. It don't matter what defensive coverage. No defensive coverage should be able to guard J.R. Leonard. That's how special he is. But he gotta want and demand the ball more. That's my biggest takeaway there. Really good player, but gotta want and demand the ball better. And how about that North Mecklenburg and Holly Innocence matchup? Yeah. I just feel for Caleb, bro. He needs some help, man. Like honestly, they got to be able to play better than that, man. I mean, he's setting them up, getting double teamed. Like, if he hits you open, man, you got to hit your shots. But Bacon, I ain't gonna lie, man. That moment that me and you witnessed in the gym together, dog, that was something special, man. I mean, how many times, Jerome, do you see a LeBron or a KD, right? But I mean, just superstar, like NBA superstars going at it. I mean, they went at it. The score was like double digits, though, Jerome. But they're going at it for like 3 to 4 minutes.
That's crazy.
Caleb Wilson's coming down the court. Bam, bam, boop. What's his name? Isaiah Evans coming down the court. The Duke commit. The 4-star players coming down the court. Pop, pop, boop. You know what I'm saying? They're going at it like that for 4 minutes, talking they ish to each other. Like, yo, I'm him. No, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? What I loved about it is that they both. That's what I'm saying. We never see that on the high school level. It's always like, oh, we're gonna go do a double team, or they're not gonna guard each other, though they're great. Like, they both took the challenge, and Isaiah took it personal. Like you said, it's personal. He took it personal, and that's what I loved about it, man. He did not care. He talked his mess, and he backed it up. And you don't see that every day, man. And I hate that about the game sometimes with NBA and sometimes even on the other levels. Let the best players go at it and go guard each other. Go give each other's buckets. Best on best. What are we doing?
Yes. Hey, Biggie, you want to play that clip real quick, or you want to talk about it first?
Sure, man. I don't know how to put on clips on here, brother.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
You want me to do it?
Let me know what clip you pulling up, bro.
This is the Isaiah Evans.
The interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give a little pre-story, man. So
let's get a little burn. Let's get him a little burn. Let's look at it.
Yeah.
It's so funny, bro. Make it funny as hell, bro. Wait, where the audio?
Yeah. What?
What audio?
So essentially, what we're conversing about here, just his performance. I want to hear the audio if you can put it up from the drum, but I'll improvise until then. Yeah. So
y'all can't hear it?
Nah, I can't hear it at all, my friend. I can't hear it at all.
Y'all can't hear it?
No.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm hearing everything. I'm not hearing y'all guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, there you go. I got you guys. Hold on. Let's run it back.
We're here with the killer Isaiah Evans, man. Just tell me a little bit about, what done transpired here. You said the whole state, the whole gym on fire, man. Just what's your thoughts, brother?
We just coming through handling business like we supposed to. That's really it. This right here ain't nothing special. You can check Nice Press. We've been doing this. We just was a little touched up because they were trying, compare us or something. We just had to show them ain't no comparison.
I most definitely, what I'm saying? The ref was heckling you, man. You said, this is how we do it in NC, man. How y'all do it in NC, brother?
Yeah, just like that. We talk shit. We don't get up there, bro. We don't care about that. You can give us money on come right back at do the same thing.
Yeah. Where'd you get that mentality from, Pops?
He locked in, bro. He locked in.
Say it again.
Where'd you get that mentality?
So I'm locked in, bro. It's a good interview, bro. I got you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the view as well, brother. It goes a long way. If you could like and
subscribe, bro. Hey, plug your shit. Plug your
like, subscribe, share.
Subscribe.
4 things: like, subscribe, comment, share. All of that.
No. Hold on. You messed that up, dog. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you never miss a post whenever I do a post. That's the one. Come on, dog. You gotta get you monetized, man.
Right. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the bell, man. So
there you go.
Tapped in with the network because it ain't nothing but just sizzling news, baby. Like you said. That was a hot interview, brother. Exclusive, man. We got some more coming on the way. But what he's talking about there when a referee was heckling him, bald-headed brother. He was the only. It might have been a collective referee. He might have been the man that's going to kick the ball. He was giving Isaiah a problem. He was saying that it really wasn't any animosity between Isaiah and Caleb, and the crowd was loving it. He decided he had to blow his whistle to talk to Isaiah. As you can see in the interview, he don't care about nothing like that, especially at this setting in the playoffs. It's definitely a little different. But if he's gonna go crazy and drop 5 threes, he can do what he want to do if they win it. But like I said, the brother did his thing, man. He put on the show. The ref, get out of here, take his whistle, all that. Go ahead, Jerome.
You know what I noticed about him? He was talking that crap so bad that loogie just came out of his mouth. I seen that.
Hey,
all of us was reacting to it.
Yes. We was like, oh, okay.
The whole gym. He stole the show, man. I can't.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get to see a prolific game, but he stole the show.
And the thing with that is, Jerome, like, not every coach is gonna like that, but what I like about it is it shows that sometimes our league or sometimes how we look at stuff is too soft, right? I want somebody that's intense and passionate like that. Now, sometimes it get overblown, right? We're seeing somebody in the NBA now that's kind of letting his emotions get the best of him in Draymond, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. But on that level, like, I want you to be able to be that high, you know what I'm saying? To have to be at the comment because I know you take it serious. You're not going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? This actually means something to you. So I would prefer that all day over the
Listen, I know there's a thin line between overtopness and just being brash and then just passion, bro.
Right.
And you can tell the difference, but it's a thin line. So You know, don't cross that line. But hey, so you show your passion. You show that you're passionate. And you putting in the work. You doing what you need to do, bro. I have no problem with you being
Facts.
a little brat. Yeah, a little sassy. You know what I mean, on the field. Like, hey, let's do it. So
and for the kids who's watching, man, that's the epitome of NIL, man. Not just talking and showing your personality, but backing it up, man.
correct.
He had like what 5, 7 threes. That's NIL right there, man. He's on the front page of Slam right now, all that. But then go back to the interview, brother Jerome, and go down. And it's gonna be like probably the last minute of the interview. He talks about this. I asked him about what type of philanthropy work he wanted to do in his community.
Right around here.
Back it up like 20 seconds. 2 J's.
Like that.
Yeah, it's rolling right here.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm with the North Carolina rules, you know, NIL is not
Back
really.
it up a little more. Back it up a little more.
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
it's not.
Get back to the people, man. You put in a lot of hard work. You may have some NIL, you may not, but upon getting that, man, you know, say you're from North Carolina, what's your plans to kind of get back to the community, get back to the people, man?
I mean, anywhere I can. You know what I'm saying? If I'm with the North Carolina rules, you know, NIL is not really. You know, it's not. Yeah, so it's not really allowed yet. So. But when that time comes, we're going to get active with that.
Definitely, brother. Keep doing your thing. You want to shout out anybody? Shout out anything?
I mean, shout out my boy Trey 3, bro. Orange juice. You know, 2K by Orange juice.
Love it.
Yeah. So, man, obviously, I just think that's big with NIL coming in, man. This is a tough conversation that, you know, oftentimes we need to have as just a community, especially being people of color, African American, Black, whatever people say, because we need to. That's another topic. But anyway, this with athletes obviously being the stars, being a majority of, I guess, the purse of our community. Kind of like how Nipsey was doing, man, giving back to his community, giving back to people less fortunate, give them opportunities, taking the knowledge back and building, an infrastructure where they can come in, and whatever the logistics of that is. That's just big. You got to ask, and to hear that answer, definitely you can see that the young brother is being influenced by the right people. He's got his head on straight. So yeah, shout out to Isaiah.
Yeah, 100%, man. Good luck to him. I know he's gonna be special, man. And as we mentioned real quick, just talking a little bit about college, y'all. That Duke recruiting class, oh my goodness, 2024 Cooper Flag, who reclassified, and him.
Mm-hmm.
Lord. They next year, dude, they're gonna be off the chain. That's all I can say.
I'll tell you that.
Facts,
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. Yeah, good luck, dog. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Like,
it's looking like Jared McCain might stay as well.
Who?
It's looking like Jared McCain might stay. It's a freshman.
Oh,
He's not having the best year. He's averaging just under 10 points. I think he's the type of player that can go lottery, playing that on that Duke team right now. I think it's a lot of upperclassmen guards. But he's getting like 25 minutes a game. But he's just, unless he can really show me like a 13 or 15, I think he may come back, possibly transfer. But he's a talented guard on that Duke team right now.
yeah. So basically, y'all in trouble, Jerome, with your UNC team.
Nah, they look good. They look good this year too.
They in trouble, bro. Dude, you don't got sugarcoated. But what Duke just got, come on, bro. They in trouble.
For next year. Yeah.
I had to
for next year, not this year. Next year, they in trouble.
Had to leave you for a second.
That's why he booted off real quick. He knows.
I didn't want to hear all that. No.
He don't want to hit a rail. just like his Michigan gonna get throttled by Alabama.
Keep giving me clips. Keep giving me clips. Keep giving me clips. Give me clips.
Yes, sir.
Likely.
But what other hoop news you saw, man, before we wrap up? I know that was the main one. I know, like I said, Grayson's hosting that big New Year's Eve classic. I looked on their Twitter handles, but I didn't see anything with teams. They said something's supposed to come out today, but I guess that might be in a couple of days. But January 6th, that's gonna be big. I'm tapping into it, Bacon.
That's I got to see if I'm off work right now. But if I'm off, I'm definitely in the building. I got it set up right now. I'm gonna be a lot more flexible around summer. We'll take some lumps. We're still gonna be active though. We got 2 Saturdays out of the month off and a Sunday that's always off. So I'll be pushing that metal to the pedal or pedal to the metal. But you was talking about Osborne. Just I can't remember the name of the brothers. Hakeem Weems is definitely a good player on that team. But who else? What do you remember the names of the player who stood out to you?
It was him. Number 11 stood out to me
Yeah.
too for Osborne. He was hitting a lot of shots. Let me see if I can
Number
find.
5.
Yeah, that's the freshman Chundry. He's averaging
Freshman.
like 16 and 4 right now. Yep,
He
he's
can
doing a
go.
really, really good job. Can score at a high clip. Yep, as you mentioned, Hakai Weems is one, and then I think Jeremiah Walters. Yeah, he is a junior, kind of their wing player. He can hoop too, so was really impressed with them. And also, I didn't mention Decula, man. That was one of the games we didn't talk about. Decula played. Who did Decula play?
Decula played. Was it? It was Riverwood. Yeah, Riverwood.
Nah, they didn't play them. Shiloh played them.
Shiloh played Riverwood.
They played Grovetown. That's who it was.
That's it.
Yeah, man, they got a really good backcourt. And Madison really handled the ball well. A very senior-laden group, Bacon. I think they're going to be an interesting team in 7A. Not a lot of people talking about them, but a team you can see maybe pull off an upset. I really would love to see them play potentially maybe even Berkmar as well. But if you got nothing to do this weekend, man, I want to tell you as far as hoops, you definitely should go watch the Shiloh and Berkmar game this Saturday. That's a big-time game, 7A, 6A, 2 contenders in both of their classifications, 2 really good teams. That's going to be a great matchup this weekend.
It's a regular high school game. This in a showcase.
Regular high school game, my guy, at Shiloh.
At Shiloh, I might have to. I gotta work. That's always something. But during my departure from Wheeler, I went to East Coweta. I went to Noonan. It was a Coweta Fed showcase. Watched East Coweta play Sandy Creek. They did their thing. Number 3 team in the state for a reason. Without Michael Smith, beat up on East Coweta pretty handedly. Amari had a good game. There's some more buzz, but just a good team overall win. Just real dominant. They play defense. Real gritty team. They're long. We'll see how they play against Douglas. That's probably it's another team. Can't remember, but Douglas is going to be a big game, a big region game for them. Playing them at home and on the road, it's going to be interesting to see. But Sandy Creek definitely a team that's probably going to be in making at the end of the year. College basketball, South Carolina women's. I'll tell you about what I said earlier about them, us being a premature number 1 team. Solid guard, number 0. She got a funny name. I can't remember. But it seems as though she's emerging as a closer for South Carolina women's. Cardoso, she's doing her thing. Malaysia Full Wiley, Coach Staley called her a generational talent, generational player. So, man, if you just take your time out of your day, man, really tune into what the women's sports got going on, especially on the college basketball level and the WNBA. But it's showtime, popcorn ready. It's a lot of sidestep, pull up jumpers, full package, man. They're putting their skills on display. We need to take a look. Outside of that, the Draymond situation was big. We kind of touched on that, but what's your thoughts, man? Do you feel like he should have been suspended indefinitely?
Bro, he has too many incidents. He has too many incidents, man.
I think the indefinite it's accumulated over time. And if you go back and look, I watched the interview today on First Take with Joe Dumars, who is kind of, I think, the president, or he's like big on the NBA PA. He gave up a good point. Like, we're not just doing it. And that's why I've always appreciated the NBA, the rationale and the reasoning for things. They get a lot of grief, but this is reasoning what he said, Bacon. We're doing it because we want to make sure Draymond is okay. Like, this goes past just basketball. This is a human element. Like, we need to see if he's good, if there's something really going on. And then when his former teammate KD came out and said, yeah, I hope Draymond gets the help that he needs, that goes to show you maybe there's something going on there. And I love that they said just indefinitely is a couple things he has to pass. We don't want to put a number on it, but let's make sure he is good, be able to come back on the court and play at the level he's can play at, and he has been for years, and just not with all the shenanigans and stuff like that. So I appreciated that. That's why I said it does suck for them, but at the same time, I think that's possible. I think that's a good thing. What do you think, Jerome?
No, 100%. I think that, you have to look into that. You have a repeated offender, and then you have to kind of look at their mental a little bit. We had the same situation. Now, granted, he wasn't really suspended that much, but we had the same incident in football with AB. All his antics and the things that he's been going through, and then okay, why is he keep going team to team? Like I know Draymond haven't been team to team. They love him in Golden State, but like I just think that he has too many incidental kicks in the groin, and he had a lot of those. Fighting and punching people. He's been doing this his whole career. So it do seem like some kind of Michigan State stuff.
the Big Ten jabs.
But I like Draymond. I think he's actually a good guy, but he just has too many incidents going on. So I hope he gets the help that he needs. And let's see if he does need help. Maybe it's just that again, maybe that fine line of passion. Just a little bit too over this way on your passion.
Yeah,
tone it down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it might have been a little. It was kind of past due, to be honest. Let's just be real. I think he probably should have been suspended a little bit longer the last few times that he did something. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely winning is a cure to everything. Warriors on top, contender for a championship. They're probably not suspending them indefinitely, but the Warriors taking a couple steps backwards. But it was interesting to hear him, talk at the podium. He did bring up a valuable point that usually when Draymond whacks you, he gonna let you know, and I'm not apologizing for it, but he said, I apologize, he didn't do it. So, maybe this is a step in the right direction. First, to get over a problem, guess what you gotta do? You gotta admit that you have a problem. So kudos to Draymond. I hope everything goes well for him. Switching over to, I think, the last segment in the hoop section, Ja Morant. He'll be back. I think he's got 4 more games, 8 more days. We all know Memphis is tanking right now, playing terrible. They are missing a lot more players than people are giving him credit for. Jared Jackson has been out for a stretch. Bane, I think it's Bane, a big man, has been out for a stretch. I'm not sure if they're back, but they have been out for an extended period of time. Marcus Smart, not a big offensive threat, offensive guard, and then losing Dylan Brooks. He's in Houston right now. So they're a team that's kind of found their way. Ja Morant, I don't know if y'all have heard, put on some weight since he's been out. So he's definitely going to need that because he's definitely going to have to go crazy. He might find himself on the ground and want to see his longevity to prolong. So just what do you? So y'all think they're gonna get back to the playoffs, or with him come? You don't think so, Naj? You don't think they're gonna make the playoffs?
They might have a play-in, this year, but where they at and how deep? Nah. Too deep, man. You lose it for a big part of the season, quarter of the season. That's tough to come back from.
Yeah, I agree with Naj. I think they can make the playoffs for sure. I think they're gonna be at the tail end of the back of the end zone, the back of the playoffs. So we'll see how that works. I think they can still make the playoffs. I mean, let's be honest, it's not really hard to make the playoffs in the NBA. It's really just kind of sustaining it. No, let's be real. Like the last few seasons, it's easy. Like it's usually like teams that they're not gonna be in it that long. So it's been like that the last few years. So because it's so I'm sorry, the NBA is so top heavy. You're like,
it is. He's right.
You know what I mean?
The West, not in the West though.
That's true.
The East for sure.
The East for sure.
The East for sure.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
And last thing, man. This is basketball. This is like we haven't done this in a while. We haven't given our words. We haven't given our words to the people with little things they can take with them throughout their week, man. So I'll start with you, Jerome. The Sage down there. He's got the locks. What you got putting up, Naj?
I just want to pull this, and then I'm gonna let Jerome go. So this is the Santa Jam. Brought to you by Lambert High School. This is going to be actually tomorrow, December 15th, Norfolk Forsyth versus Duluth. Going to have Creekview versus Mill Creek, Lambert versus Decula, and then Denmark versus North Gwinnett. That is tomorrow. Santa Jam. If nobody has nothing to do,
some good basketball.
They sure do. So I just want to bring that up. But go ahead, Jerome. Give us the little tidbit of information or hot take or, educate us.
Yeah, where's the wisdom, man? This last couple of weeks, man, are a rough one for your boy. I'll just say this, man. If you're going through something, keep your head up, keep a positive smile on your face, man. And half the time when things go wrong, bro, there's always an opening door that's going to be better for you. And, I've been going through some stuff, right? Okay, my brothers kind of know. what I've been going through. I'm not gonna put it out there, but listen. At the end of the day, stay positive, stay strong. The weather, the storm don't weather the entire season. So there's always maybe God has something in mind for you that He has something better for you and put you in the place that you need to be. Just because something don't go right for you doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. Maybe it might be something better for you at the end of that. So I'm saying, like, keep you guys heads up, man, and stay strong. Lean on your support and do what you got to do from there, man.
For sure. I'll go ahead and I'll leave Naj for last, man. I'll just say, man, this like similar to what you said, Joe. I like to repeat that same message. Just continue to fight through it, continue to go through it, game plan, reevaluate, talk to yourself, detach from technology when you can, make time for what's important, make time for yourself. Most of all, make time for your spirituality, make time for God, whatever you believe in these days. That's a word that wasn't thrown around like maybe 20 years ago, but we can throw that around these days. But yeah, man, just stay tuned and step into yourself, man. What you got for us, Uncle Naj?
Uncle Naj. He's Uncle Naj now. I like that.
Here I go. I'm gonna stay in that same direction with y'all. I'm gonna say, I think chase greatness. There's a lot of things in this world that, as Jerome mentioned, that you're gonna go through. I think the biggest thing, to his point, is just your resolve. How do you respond? What makes you great is not necessarily what you're doing when you get success. It's doing what you're gonna do when you face adversity, right? When you're going through hard times. How do you respond? Do you wilt under pressure? Do you give up? Or are you going to keep chasing it through thick and thin? And I think the biggest thing is, I keep continuing to say, and one of my big points, stay consistent, stay disciplined. It's hard for me personally. Just been trying to get back into the workout thing. I've been running in the morning, cold as hell. But you know what I'm looking? I'm looking at what it could be down the line, right? Me getting into shape. Me having a good body, stuff like that. And it's not for, and that's the thing what I think our society lose things into, is like, oh, okay, I'm doing it for this person. I'm doing it to look this way. Do it for yourself. Like, my goal of doing it is because I want to make sure my mental health is right. I'll make sure I'm thinking through things, getting more ideas coming to my head. So for me personally, I will always tell people, chase greatness, chase and be your best self. Can only do that with consistency and being disciplined. And it's back to Bacon point, right? Sometimes just turn off the technology, man. The girl didn't text you back. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Go grind. Go to the gym. Go for a run. Go find a way to go be great and be the best at whatever it is you're passionate about. And as I said on Salty MF, find a way to monetize it. It's all that matters, man. Monetize the hell out of that thing. And once you do, you set up multiple streams of income, then you'll be good to go, man. So that's my message for tonight.
100%. I like it. I like how I took the gift. I put it down, Bacon put it in the box, and you wrapped it up.
Put a bow on
it. I love it.
That's first and foremost, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how we do it. So I know we didn't get the usual audience. We didn't get that, could because it was on a different day. But lately, we've been having a lot of people tuning in on Tuesday night. So I think for all of us, that's going to be the usual day. I did want to tell you guys, maybe on air, I might be a little bit more busy going forward. It's not set in the works yet, but I might be doing games on Tuesday night, so I might have to move to Thursdays. Not set in stone. I just want to throw it out there, just put it on you guys' head and you guys' minds. Obviously you guys are my boys, so I want to keep you guys in the loop on everything that I have going on. But that's not set in stone. That's just what's the rumor right now.
Busy's good, bro. It's nothing wrong being busy. Nothing wrong being busy.
That's how I try to be, bro. Y'all know me well. I try to stay busy, but always got time for you guys and in the show, man.
For sure, love, man.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we're gonna throw it to Jerome to recap the whole thing and close us out for the night, man.
Yes, sir. Quick recap. Whoa. Recap. Whoa, I had a long day too. Listen, man, I had a long day too. Quick recap, man. Shout out to all the champions, all the state champions on all classes, man. I know that's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. That's all that grinding y'all did, all the discipline y'all did, all the studying y'all have in school and being, going right after school, right into practice and all of that amounted to that moment and y'all winning y'all championship. So shout out to every single school. Shout out to all you guys, man. Y'all did a great thing. I know that, there's a lot of players that we all know on some of these teams, man, that, we can congratulate individually. So I want to congratulate everybody because, nobody sees the hard work y'all put into getting to that place. So shout out to all you guys. For sure. We talked about hoops, man. Shout out to all the hoops, man. We got a lot of hoops going on. It's like the beginning of the season. So hoop season is just starting up. I know we're going to be talking a lot more about that now that football season's over. Don't tune out with the football, though, because we got recruiting. We got all that in there, man. We got, teams. Now that we have the transfer portal, we're going to be having players and teams and this and that. We're going to have scoops, all that going on. So keep an eye on that. But before we go off, man, I just want to see where everybody's at this week. So let's do the where to find us at this week. What were you doing this week, guys? Let's start with you, Bacon. What did you got this week?
You can find me right here. What y'all see, y'all can find me right here. Right here, man. Not to say that I'm not gonna grind.
Word is
Not to
bond.
say I'm not gonna work. I'm always working on
We're
on
grinding,
media.
editing.
So yeah, editing.
Them letters,
getting
they
the
don't understand
articles.
how the editing is, man. They don't understand,
telling
bro.
you.
I got you.
Word,
I'm here with you.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah. So work at the 9 to 5. Work here. Working on episode 2, Carby Martin. That's gonna be coming out soon. And like I said, we're gonna start using content of other people, putting takes on it. Of course, you can find my writings. Right for the Gamecock Sports Illustrated. That's where I want to devote a lot of my time to. Probably after I get off here, I'm gonna grind on that. Try to get in a quick Monopoly game, even though you can't play a quick Monopoly game. So an hour-long Monopoly game.
Hold on. I was about to say, an hour.
Yeah, man.
An hour. Now that's like 3 or 4, my boy.
3 or 4. It might not even be worth it, but I'm gonna try it. Get in a little Monopoly game maybe, and then write some articles, maybe edit, depending on how late it is, and get up and do the same thing tomorrow and then the day after that until Sunday.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yes, we definitely. All right, what about you, Naj? I know things are kind of wrapping up for you as far as football too. Being on the silence every week, man. Where are you gonna be at?
Yeah, like you said, man, the block is hot. The block is hot. If y'all know that song, the block is hot. Hey, it'll never stop for me, baby. It'll never stop for me.
Yes, sir.
So, like for me, man, I'm probably gonna be same with Bacon, just on editing content, getting some out from the basketball, wrapping that up, putting that on the bow from last weekend, putting on the bow a little bit of state championship coverage I got, exposing a little bit of players, giving them some exposure. Y'all keep a lot on Twitter, man. Follow the Twitter. That's my Instagram down below, Najee Wilk TV, but follow the Twitter for sure. Najee Wilk. I'm gonna have a lot of good content, man. I just had a post on AJ Benton, the Milton linebacker, and that post has been going really, really good. Had like 3-4 posts today, so keep a lot there. But yeah, man, I'm finna get ready, man. Y'all know signing day. We didn't talk about it. Signing day is this Wednesday, so I'm locking in for that. I gotta edit all that content, get that stuff up there, so it's good to go. Last year we had to input like 400 plus entries. Y'all know me. I like to work ahead. I already got 250 entries in there. So I just want to go ahead and put that stuff in, lock it in through, get any news bites I'm going to get, and then be good to go. So I'm going to be working on that and really just chilling, man. Just kind of taking a little reprieve, a little
rejuvenate a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then lock right back in, man. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend before I spend it with folks. But what about you, Jerome?
Yeah, I same thing. I just got moved in, so I'm all settled in now. Hardcore editing. Like Najee said, signing day coming up soon, so I got a couple of commitments coming up. Graphics that's about to come up. I just did one, not commitment, but I did a top 12 a few days ago. So you're gonna be seeing me and Ryan Wright doing a couple of commitments the next couple of days. Things like that, a couple of editing things. I got a couple of videos I want to do. I want to do this. I'm not saying I'm gonna put this out because I still got a lot of stuff to do, but I want to do like a compilation of the entire 2023 season, all the games that we played, and a video for that too. So that's some of my plans. That's some of the things I'm trying to do this weekend for sure. But yeah, man, still busy. Like I said, editing, graphics, all that. So especially with the commitments coming out soon. And then soon after the commitments, we got interviews right before the Senior Bowl, and then we always do like pre-Senior Bowl interviews and give you a couple of.
Right.
Then the Senior Bowl comes and at the end of January, and then that's when everything kind of goes crazy, and we can have a whole bunch of interviews from the Senior Bowl as well. So setting up for that, getting my crew ready. We do this. This is our 6th year going, so we always get them ready, and that's some of the things that I'm getting ready this week. So, but that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Oh, you got one more?
Last thing. So you got, before we conclude, show them the thumbnail, dog. You gotta show the thumbnail's tough, man. You gotta show.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They're gonna have to stall a little bit, so I can.
Show them that downtown vibe.
Yeah, man. What we
Yes,
did
sir.
this weekend. So Jerome gonna pull that up. We're gonna stall a little bit while he look for that. But we want to see that, man. Jerome did an outstanding job. And so did Bacon with the photos and getting the thumbnails ready. So we're gonna have some dope thumbnails when Bacon comes out with the content and the clipping from the show. Jerome will be able to get a nice thumbnail out for it, and then we're gonna be posting on all our
platforms,
YouTube's and Instagram, all of our platforms. So you can stay tuned to that. That's gonna be a lot of fun as well. So he's pulling that up, but. Yeah, man, we glad to be back here tonight. Special edition on a Thursday, usually on Tuesdays. But, yeah, man, we'll be back for more content definitely next week, man. And it's always a joy being here with y'all boys.
So just let them know, man, where you're going to be at Wednesday. I know we talked about going to Creekside, just where you running around, somewhere for the commitments.
I think – so I got invited to a couple spots. I got invited to Walton's. They're having their signing day. Are you good, Jerome? Hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
I got in with Walton. They sent me their stuff, so I might try to tap into theirs. I know for most of the day, I'm gonna be at in the office just updating everything and stuff like that. But I don't know. Me and you need to tap into some Creekside stuff, Bacon. I know I've kept saying I don't want to rub them the wrong way. Sometimes it's tough with my job, like getting out of the office, especially with all the stuff we have. But we need to tap in this summer, just going over the program and getting in good with them. There's some really good brothers over there. Maurice Dixon, the McCreary's dad. You know what I'm saying? They got a really good program, and I think me and you should tap into some content over there. I know you're not too far from there out there in Noonan. We should tap into some content over there over the summer. See if we get in good with their coaches and stuff. Because he already said I'm welcome to come, man. And I think me and you should tap into that content, Bacon.
Nah, most definitely, brother. Most definitely. Like I said, the summer I am flexible.
But we gonna do that.
Definitely. Well, all right. So before I reveal this graphic, I wanna do an outro and let the graphic be the last thing y'all see, because I want y'all to see how nice it is. But listen, appreciate you guys getting on for us, man. We appreciate every last one of you guys for supporting us and things like that. Again, we're on a different night, so it's a little bit different. A lot of you might not know that was coming on Thursday. It was kind of like spur of the moment, last minute thing that we kind of did due to the games being on Tuesday and Wednesday. But we appreciate all y'all, man. This is, something new. Next season, when the next season comes, we plan on going full force at the beginning of the season. I know we kind of started mid-ish, season-ish. This is going to be a all off-season thing, and we're going to do it during the next season, the 2024 season. So I'm excited about it. Me and Bacon was already talking about the 2025 class. They're going to be showing up. The 2026 class is going to be fire. So stay locked in with us. We on YouTube, Instagram. No, not Instagram. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We got Twitch. So you can find all that right over here. You can follow us on Najee's page. We got Bacon. He should be on there soon, whenever he's going to do that. And we got Inside the Hashes as well. So make sure you go there. So that's going to do it for today, guys. And before we get off, let's look at this. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure you check us out, man. We over here looking fresh over here. First and foremost, podcast. Boys looking good with that graphic there, man. So super excited about that. We're going to have a lot more great stuff like this always. So keep it locked with us, man. And we see y'all on the next one. Peace.